We need to talk about what happened here because this one deserves a serious fact check. A couple of weeks ago, Mal told what might be one of the wildest stories a podcaster has ever tried to sell on the microphone. At the same time, everyone else was celebrating Jay-Z's anniversary shows at Yankee Stadium, an event people will probably be talking about for years. The place was packed with celebrities, and if you're a Jay-Z fan or even just a hip-hop fan, it was the one concert over the last decade that felt impossible to skip. Well, unless you're Mal, whose loyalty to Drake and OVO has always been part of the conversation. Mal got on his podcast and explained that he stayed away because those were Jay-Z's final shows, and he wasn't ready to accept that reality. That's the reason he gave his audience for not being there. Mal probably could have gone with almost any excuse and it would have sounded more believable. He could have said he got sick, had stomach problems, overslept, or came up with anything else. Instead, he told people he skipped the show because the emotions were too much. Even people who usually side with Drake and aren't fans of Jay-Z looked at that explanation and said it didn't add up. There's already obvious tension between Drake and Jay-Z, and Mal had just said on his podcast that if he had to choose between the two, he'd pick Drake. Sometimes podcasters talk like the audience is going to forget everything they've already said. Mal also insisted that Drake wasn't taking shots at Jay-Z on his records, even though plenty of people believe Drake threw multiple disses at Jay across different songs. When you've built a reputation for defending Drake in situations like that, it's no surprise people questioned his explanation for missing Jay-Z's concert. Now, on the latest Rory and Mal podcast, Mal brought on Roc Nation's own Memphis Bleek. The appearance seemed like an opportunity to show there wasn't any bad blood between Mal and anyone connected to Jay-Z. During the conversation, Memphis Bleek lightly pressed Mal about why he skipped the Jay-Z concert. Then the conversation took another turn when the claim came up that Jay-Z and Drake don't actually have any beef and that the internet created the whole narrative. At that point, the response was basically, sure, let's just believe everything Mal says. After all, this is the same person who previously claimed Drake would be performing at the FIFA halftime show. One thing that comes with being a podcaster is owning it when you get something wrong. Nobody expects you to be right every single time, and the audience isn't going to overlook everything you've said before. People noticed that Mal skipped Roots' picnic. They also noticed he wasn't at any of Jay-Z's Yankee Stadium shows. But when Drake was in Toronto for the fireworks celebration, Mal had no problems showing up right on time. That's why so many listeners continue to question the explanation he gave for missing Jay-Z's concerts. If Drake were announcing a farewell tour or a final concert, it's hard to imagine Mal missing that one either. But if you ask Mal, he'd say he wouldn't go to Drake's final show either. Now, I want to hear what you think. What do you make of Memphis Bleek lightly pressing Mal over skipping the Jay-Z concert? And do you actually believe the explanation Mal gave? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.